Kyoto, Japan. If the quintessential Japanese experience is what you're looking for, you've come to the right place.
Welcome to Kyoto! Kyoto is like the heart of Japan.
With limited time, the pressure can be high, and many miss the mark.
This is Japan.
So in this video, I'm showing you exactly where to go as a first-timer, and the things that might catch you by surprise.
When you see pictures online, you see wooden huts. You just think it's like gonna be small and quaint, but there's people everywhere.
Celebrating my quarter Japanese heritage, most beautiful place in Japan.
Let's start with the most important place you'll need to remember, where we'll spend most of our time, Gion. So right now we're walking through the magical Gion, which is the Geisha district. If you don't know what a geisha is, it literally translates into art person. They're performers, so the art performer district. Geishas took prominence here in the 19th century as the Gion district became a key hub for the arts. What surprised us is how spread out everything is here, so I'll reference this map to keep track of where we are.
This is like the most traditional area in Japan. It used to be the capital. This is where you go shopping and see these beautiful wooden buildings and pavilions and temples and shrines that have been around here for centuries.
There are over 3,000 temples and shrines in Kyoto, making it one of the most spiritual places in the world. It also was a target for the atomic bomb during World War II because of how religious and spiritual it is.
Kyoto is one of those places that is so special that you're already sad when you get here because you don't want to leave.
Kyoto is also known as the cultural capital of Japan, featuring many houses like this that people actually live in.
One of those amazing, unexpected cultural houses is this gem.
The famous Starbucks in Kyoto.
Even if you might see it as a tourist trap, I think it's surprisingly one of the coolest buildings in Gion. Have you ever taken your shoes off at Starbucks?
You've got to stay quiet in here. This is the banana brulee, which you can only get in Starbucks Japan, or at least I know you can't get it in America. It is good. And a rice muffin with banana.
It's a century-old tradition in Kyoto, Fukudama. They're given to geisha and young children on New Year's Eve around the Gion neighborhood. These are only found in Gion.
The official name of this location is Kyoto Ninenzaka Yasaka Chaya Tea House.
This place is amazing. Japanese culture, everyone is so respectful and kind, super self-aware of, they have boundaries, and I really respect the discipline that they have here, and they're so quiet, so I really associate with those parts of the Japanese culture.
Hands down, the best way to immerse yourself into the culture is by doing this.
The traditional Japanese tea ceremony.
If you have time for just one thing in Kyoto, make sure it's this experience. It's once in a lifetime to handpick your own kimono and be treated like royalty in this 100-year-old historic townhouse. The process of dressing in a kimono is so intricate and they give you so many options.
I think yellow.
And there's a reason why this place in particular is just so special.
And one very famous geisha used to live here.
She fell in love with someone? Or?
J.P. Morgan's family.
Oh, really?
Yes. He fall in love with her, and then they married. But the time is World War II, so it's difficult to stay in America, and suddenly he died, and then she moved to Paris, but Paris also difficult. She has to come back to Japan, and she stayed last year before she died.
Oh my gosh, what a story. Wow.
I couldn't help but feel Kato Yuki's spirit within me as I heard her story. What's also special about this is your partner can join the kimono experience as well. You'll both be dressed in traditional attire, and soon you'll feel just like a geisha, with samurai swords and fans in hand.
This is not only to wash your hand, but also to purify your mind and body.
I still can't believe this award-winning tea ceremony with the kimono is only $48. It feels priceless.
Every detail of the etiquette of making and drinking a bowl of tea is filled with heartfelt communication. With focus on what you see, hear, smell, touch and taste.
You'll focus on harmony, respect, purity, and tranquility. And wrist strength is a plus.
As fast as you can.
Why is that so hard?
I'm a tennis teacher, so I
Oh,
so I have wrist.
One final loud slurp is a sign you finished and enjoyed.
The small fan. In the tea room, we never open it. We want to say goodbye. I put this fan in front of me to make an imaginary boundary and bow from this side. Take it off. Now there is no boundary between us.
Next, head to the bustling and delicious Nishiki Market.
This is the Nishiki Market. When you think of Japan, one of the things you think of is street food. This is 5 blocks. It's been open for centuries. The first shop opened up in the 1300s. You can get skewers, fish, anything you think of, but it's meant to be eaten right there and then. You're not supposed to walk and eat food in Japan. Cash only, so bring lots of yen. Get Kobe beef sliders. Really just give a try to everything because it's a must-do in Kyoto.
You're not doing it right unless you first stop for Japanese rice wine, sake.
All right, we got the sake shots.
Yes, indeed we did.
The crazy thing about this Nishiki Market is it's right next door to this tea ceremony. Literally right around the corner. So come do this and then you can walk around the Nishiki Market feeling like a Japanese princess or prince. And you can bring your purse around and put your little yen in there, rent this kimono and wear it around until 6 p.m.
And don't forget this majorly loved local delicacy.
Wow, sweet potato tempura. Excellent. This was 500 yen, which is like $3.50. This appetizer in the US would cost you $13, no doubt. I'm in heaven. Teriyaki chicken skewer. Delicious. One of the only places in Japan they actually have trash cans. Normally they make you walk around with your trash because there's no public trash cans.
There's something about wearing a kimono here that makes you feel woven into the fabric of Kyoto's rich history and makes for some unforgettable photos.
So this is the most photographed street in all the magazines in Kyoto. If you can't tell, it's hard to get an action shot alone here because lots of people.
If you're lucky, you might find a quiet moment to yourself, soaking in this rare experience of being in one of Kyoto's most treasured spots, capturing the timeless charm and serene beauty. So much so, you might forget you're worlds away from home.
I want to know what your country is famous for.
For Donald Trump.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's America.
America?
My friend. Thank you.
Behind me right now is the Yasaka Pagoda, which dates back to the 7th century. Archaeological evidence shows that it's actually a Buddhist temple, and it's the most famous here in Kyoto. Wow, it is beautiful, kind of like seeing the Colosseum in Rome or something similar to that. The next stop you won't want to miss is the spectacular Fushimi Inari Gates. The walk-in is filled with local vendors, and it's famous for its thousands of bright red torii gates that create a beautiful path up to a mountain. Here are the Fushimi Inari Red Gates. One of the scenes, very famous from Memoirs of a Geisha. The god is a fox, so there are foxes everywhere, but this is an extremely iconic place in Kyoto. Very mystical and spiritual, so let's go run through. The gates are dedicated to Inari, the Shinto deity of rice, and are believed to bring good fortune and prosperity for those who walk through them. And if you want a little more luck on your side, you can even write a wish for you or one of your loved ones. So this is 1,000 yen. You can write your wish in kanji. We have a list here, and your name, and you hang it on that wall, and you can bring it home with you for your wish to come true. This is the Chinoa Kogon grass ring, this little grass structure here. You can walk through this little arch, and your different diseases you're suffering from are supposed to be taken away.
Walking through. Goodbye to...
Oh!
Oh no.
As nighttime approaches, the magic is still very much alive.
I kind of think Kyoto at night might be just as special as the daytime. The weather's fantastic. Just got so much cool stuff to do and see.
The pressure's on to find a great place to eat, and this is the perfect spot. The Pontocho Alley is an amazing, narrow, historic street in Kyoto, lined with bars, musicians, and a whole slew of Japanese restaurants. And these are our favorites. First, if you're looking for something super traditional, this is just the spot.
We have sushi at this beautiful traditional restaurant. We have our shoes off.
In Japanese dining, they remove their shoes before entering a tatami room to keep the space clean and respect cultural customs.
If you want the best dumplings in all of Kyoto, you come here and you see the sauce sensei. Ellie tries to pawn off Trader Joe's dumplings on me all the time. These don't look like that. These are so good.
And if you're a fan of sauces, we dubbed the chef the Sauce Sensei for his masterful creations.
May I get more sauce, sensei?
Right now, the week yen is great for Americans.
A lot of the restaurants that we just ate down that alley have patios right here on the river.
For a more casual and unassuming dinner, visit the place with the best gyoza in the world.
There's a long line, which means it's good.
I'm not kidding, this place has countless 5-star reviews, and it was so good it even converted a gyoza skeptic. Though we're both still undecided on the dessert, which is actually a sweet gyoza.
Chocolate inside, vanilla, ice cream. I like gyoza and ice cream like I like church and steak, separate. Beer, a sake, about 1,000 dumplings. Dessert, that's $28 US. Ciao, ciao. Thank you. Ciao, ciao.
Post dumplings, you might need to take a pit stop to keep things moving smoothly.
We haven't been able to go to the bathroom in Japan.
What?
I don't know, not enough fiber.
Oh.
That's it. That's it. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for finding the fiber supplements for me. I love you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Arigato gozaimasu. So Kyoto is huge. I didn't realize how big it was. It's the 3rd biggest city in Japan. Number 1 being Tokyo, number 2 being Osaka. And it's a lot more than you think. When you see pictures online, you see wooden huts everywhere. And you just think it's like going to be small and quaint. But there's people everywhere. It's a massive tourist attraction. So beware, it might be a little bit of an Instagram versus reality situation in a lot of the places you want to get photographs.
After all this excitement, you're gonna want a comfy place to stay.
Here we are at the Mimaru in Kyoto. The best part about this place is that everyone here also speaks English, so good for all of our American friends. Let's go.
There's so many places you can choose to stay in Kyoto, but I love Mimaru because it's a traditional Japanese-style apartment and it feels like you could actually live there.
There's several Mimarus around town. The location we're at is the Kyoto Nishinoto Takatsuji. It's really well located, not too far from Gion, and it's just really feels like you're coming home.
It's all about the toilets here. Seat warmers and bidets. Like, I have to be honest, I don't even know how this toilet works yet, but I know it's advanced. Like, okay, just let me show you. This is a bidet, and this is to wash yourself. Everything in Japan is incredibly innovative. Oh my gosh, don't spray me. Oh gosh. Okay, that's a flush. That's a flush. That's not the tush. That's not the tush. It sprays up to clean yourself. Why has America not thought of this? And most importantly, the beds are incredibly comfy to recharge after a long day. Another thing that's surprising is just how urban Kyoto really is.
We're in a taxi right now to go to the bamboo forest, and it's crazy. It's such a big city here, you can actually hail down a cab like everywhere.
Next up, a truly serene wonder.
This is the Arashiyama bamboo forest / bamboo grove. One of the most photographed places in all of Kyoto, and you can see why. It is so beautiful. It feels very peaceful here. There's just thousands of bamboo trees just everywhere. It's very packed, lots of school trips and lots of tourists around, so they tell you to come early by like 6 or 7 a.m.
This experience is described as otherworldly, serene, dreamlike, and most importantly, there's no admission fee, so anybody can get in. Located about 30 minutes or so outside of the city, depending where you're staying, so take a cab or you can just take the train from Kyoto Station.
The Japanese have a long history with bamboo. In myths and legends, they metaphorically link bamboo to a man's strength. Bamboo is a symbol for strength, flexibility, and health, and it's supposed to be able to repel evil spirits. They used to build these all around to make the ground harder to protect against earthquakes.
It's only like 10:30 in the morning, and look at how many people are already here. We can't even, hard to shoot a single shot without anybody in it. It's nuts.
If you're up for a bit of a trek, the monkey park is seemingly right next door.
You can also get pulled up to the top by these guys. They must be burning a lot of calories per day, depending on how big their cargo is.
Somebody said when we got here, it's so easy to spend your money, and it's so true because every single city, every single street has like a million food vendors and shops. You could easily waste the whole day within like one block.
We've just been going to every single location, and it's hard to stop, take a minute, and buy some souvenirs, and carry it all around, especially glassware.
The nature alone in this area is really stunning.
We are on our way up to see the monkeys. It costs 12 yen for 2 adults to get in, which is about, I don't know, like $8-9 US. They say don't ever show the monkeys food.
It says you can read monkeys' facial expressions. If they're showing an upper tooth, then they're afraid, and if they're not showing any teeth, they're angry. So I don't know if they're ever happy.
Feels like we're in Costa Rica or something, really in a jungle. We're gonna let everybody know if it's worth it because I'm not sure yet.
Even though the monkeys did blend in a bit and I wasn't sure how they'd react, it was pretty cool to see them up close.
Okay, the walk up was ridiculous. It was extreme, but maybe worth it for this view. Sign of aggression in the monkey community to stare him right in the eyes, so do not do that or he'll come after you. I think the monkey park is the perfect thing to do if you're a family or if you have kids.
It is a whole ordeal to walk up there. I recommend it if you have time, but we don't. So let's go see some deer in Nara.
It's worth mentioning, if you're up for a day trip from Kyoto, you can easily take this magical train where deer literally bow to you. This is Nara. It's all in our next episode, so make sure to follow along more on this amazing journey Japan has taken me on.
I just made the connection that my mom came to Japan when she was 18 to sing and dance because she is a professional performer, a modern day geisha, and I followed in her footsteps and I did the same thing. My Japanese roots led me to this magical place, and it doesn't feel like an accident.
If you haven't seen our Tokyo episode, we just got back from a crazy 3 days there, so watch that now. And if you are interested in Okinawa, prepare. The best is yet to come when we visit Okinawa's amazing blue seas.
If you like this video and you love this Japan travel series, please consider liking and subscribing so I can continue traveling and showing you around more magical places.
Hold it down. No, hold it down. She's not holding for the photo.